I said, Woody from Cheers. He goes, yeah. And I go, oh my gosh. And he walks in the room. I turn my head. He looks at me. He goes, well, hello, darling. I go, hello yourself. And then Ron went, this is going to work.
Welcome to Couch Surfing, the show where fly guests look back at their big roles, their little roles, and everything in between. I'm here social distancing with Rosie Perez. Rosie, hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm so happy you're here. You ready to surf?
I sure am.
All right, let's do it.
I just do. That's how you dance when you haven't had sex yet.
Please tell me you still own these outfits and you still have these moves, please.
I don't own these outfits. I don't know if I could even fit into those outfits. And I still have those moves, but they're very, let's just say I have arthritis in both knees, 2 torn meniscus discs in both knees, a hairline fracture in one hip. This is all from dancing and dancing in heels and dancing hip hop on cement grounds. And so if I was to do it, it would look like, a very aching body trying to look like a young person.
You look like a woman who's had sex.
Yes.
I love that you were only 19 years old. I mean, long before the internet ever existed in these clips. And now, because of social media, these clips are everywhere. Why do you think the internet can't get enough of Baby Rosie?
I don't know. Maybe because it's so ridiculous, and I was having fun. And me and my girlfriends, we actually intended it to be over the top.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. We were having a gas. And I really didn't understand that millions of people were watching us every Saturday afternoon.
They were.
Honey.
Yes.
I quickly found that out, after the first airing, and especially my father. That's why I quit Soul Train. My father called me up and he went, no. And that was it.
You're like, it's a wrap. But that didn't stop your career. I mean, you were actually just getting started. You ready to watch another clip?
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
All right. Up next. Okay, so how did you land on Spike Lee's radar, and what did you make of him initially, and what did he make of you?
It wasn't good, the first meeting.
Really?
There was a nightclub, and actually Holly Robinson Pete, her brother, was the DJ at that club, and we would frequent it, on the weekends. And it was the night before, actually, I was leaving college to go back home to Brooklyn, and they had called a bunch of the Soul Train dancers and said, why don't you come down here and make the party look like it's popping, because there's this new director, Spike Lee, he's having a party. So we were like, okay. And at the time, I really didn't know who Spike Lee was. I didn't make the connection. And when I went in there, they had a butt contest, see which black woman had the biggest ass, got on stage, said it was appalling. And then he brought...
Wait. Slow down. So
it's an old story. I don't want to spend too much time on it.
Okay.
So he comes with
there was
security.
a booty contest on stage.
Yes.
You got up there, said it was appalling.
Yeah. He brings the security officers, tells me to get down. I got all embarrassed, and he said, tonight is fate. And I said, oh, you wish. And he started laughing, and he said, you're an actress. I said, no, I'm not. He goes, yes, you are. And then... he the next day he offered, he didn't offer me the role. He offered me the chance to audition for the role for Do the Right Thing. And at first I said no, because, I was a college student, and I was going to be a marine biologist. And my girlfriend, Marion Wade, very good girlfriend. She was my, we met during my time in college. She was the one that told me, you are crazy. You really need to do this. And so that's it.
And you and Spike, you've had a long relationship throughout the decades, so...
Yeah, and we're still good friends. I adore Spike, and he doesn't get on my nerves anymore, so that's a wonderful thing.
Wait, did he used to get on your nerves?
Yeah, and but in a loving way, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And but Actually, I'm a lot closer to Tanya, his wife, Tanya Lee.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And yeah, it kind of, I know it kind of bothers Spike because he goes, "You guys never invite me to dinner."
Okay, before we move on from Do the Right Thing, we have to talk about this moment.
Most of my heroes don't appear in no stamp. Sample, look back, you look and find nothing.
You dancing during the opening credits is one of the most iconic scenes in movie history. How much work went into getting this just right?
8 hours and 15 minutes.
I love that you added the 15 minutes. You're
If
like,
you see,
no.
you see my face right there. I am actually in pain from throwing those horrible punches and jacking my body like that. I was in such pain, you know. And that was actually the last takes. The last takes were the ones that made it in the film. And I remember saying to Spike, "I can't do this anymore." He goes, "That's all right. We got it. And I said, "But it looks horrible. I look so upset and angry and tired." He goes, "That's what I wanted." I went, "Why did you just tell me that?" Putting me through this torture.
Yeah,
Hello?
we could have done it in 5 hours.
Yes, 5 make 1.
Welcome back to Couch Surfing. I'm still here with Rosie Perez. Rosie, shall we continue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gloria,
What is a quail?
correct? You get to pick
Gloria
again.
was on fire. This is your shining moment in this film. What were your thoughts when you first read it on the page? I mean, because this is the quintessential magical moment in a film.
I thought it was amazing. I thought that they were going to get an actor to play Alex Trebek. On the day of filming this scene, you know, we didn't have like any real rehearsal. We just started shooting and out comes Alex Trebek. And my mouth dropped and all of a sudden I was so nervous. If you could see in the scene, my shoulders are kind of hunched because I was so, and I'm holding on for dear life too because I was shaking. I was literally shaking because like I said, I'm a nerd. Watch Jeopardy and then watch Wheel of Fortune afterwards. And so... and then in this scene, I mess up the word, and I say, "What is Mount Sulvius?" And I was mortified. And Alex Trebek ad-libbed in that scene and said, "Well, let's check with the judges. Yes, we will accept that answer." And I was like, "Oh my gosh," you know. And then when they yelled "cut," I ran over to the director. I said, "We got to do that again. I messed up." He goes, "Oh no, that's in the film." That's in the film. But Alex Trebek was wonderful. I ran over to him. I said, "Can I hug you, my aunt? And I watch you every night. And my nephew Eddie. And could you please, can I hug you?" He goes, "I was going to ask you for a hug too. But, you know, I'm a gentleman. I want to hug you too. So if it's all right with you, it's all right with me." And then we hugged and I called my aunt and I was like, "Mira tia!" You know, I was just so excited.
I have to ask you, is there ever a world where you could see yourself being the answer to who is Jeopardy's next host?
No.
Oh,
No, I wouldn't. No, I would not be a good host for Jeopardy. It would be a pleasure and it would be an honor, but I think that you would no to follow Alex Trebek. No. Okay. I think someone much more scholarly should do that.
Okay.
Not me.
All right. Okay.
Alex Trebek was extremely highly intelligent. He knew a lot of those answers himself. You know what I mean? And some of those answers are extremely difficult.
Right.
And he was also extremely composed. Imagine me up there and someone got something right, you know, with the Daily Double. I'll go, pew, 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 pew. You got the Daily Double. You be a hot mess.
Listen, I would tune in for that. So you still have my vote, okay? I'm just putting it out there.
Well, I appreciate that.
All right. Up next. Every actress in Hollywood wanted this role. Did you have to audition for this one as well?
I had to audition 4 times.
4 times?
4 times. And then finally the 4th time, they called me and I was supposed to have co-starring billing. And they said, "Here's the thing, they will take you only if you agree to be supporting role. Because Isabella Rossellini would like the starring role." And I got really quiet. And Kevin Huvane said, it'll come, Rose. Trust us.
Trust us.
And he goes, if you don't want to do it, we get it. But this is too good to turn down. And then I said, give me a minute. He goes, okay, we'll call you back. I go, I mean, like right now, just give me a minute. and I said, I'll do it. I want it that badly. I'll do it. I don't care. I don't care if they bill me as an extra. I don't care. I don't. And I sincerely did not care.
I mean, Rosie, it must have felt like tremendous validation then when you received not only rave reviews, but an Oscar nomination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what came first was the Golden Globe.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
And
then, yes.
And I was like, because actually Fearless was a flop in the United States. And it was a mega hit overseas. And the Bear International Film Festival was celebrating us all. And they were awarding Isabella Rossellini this huge honor. She's fantastic in this role.
Yes, she is.
And by the way, I don't fault her at all. That was her reps, And so we were over there, and that's when I heard that I had gotten nominated. And then I got the Oscar after that, and I was stunned. And the first telegram I got was from Nicolas Cage.
What?
Congratulating me.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, so... It was a great experience. It was the first experience with a director that I felt truly believed in my ability as an actress. Yes, Spike Lee believed in me and Ron Shelton, but Peter Weir believed that I can go deep.
Everything is falling into place, Perdita. Don't you think I'm a lucky man, Bonita?
When's the last time you've watched this clip or seen this film?
I haven't seen it since it came out.
Really?
Yeah.
I know that the production on this movie was a bit chaotic, and you all were like literally dancing with the devil. Was it fun playing in this environment?
Sometimes, not all the time. We filmed in Mexico, Arizona, and Las Vegas. While we were in Mexico, I go to the director, Alex de la Iglesias, and I said, when am I going to get my gun training? And he goes, what do you mean gun training? And they had the ammunitions guy, and he goes, you just shoot. And I said, yeah, but I've never shot a gun before.
Right.
And the ammunition guy grabs my hand, puts it on the gun, and he goes, you see that thing right there? Pull it. And I went like this, and it went off, and I jumped. He goes, now you know how to shoot. Let's go. All right, let's line up the shot. And I was like, oh, my God.
Oh, that's not how that's supposed to work.
And in the scene that you have just seen, that we just watched, in this scene, you're going to take your cigarette, and you're going to burn him. I said, does he have a prosthetic? He goes, yeah, let's go. And I said, okay. So they yell action, take the cigarette. I burn Javier Bardem. He has no prosthetic. So I actually burned him. And he was supposed to pull me by my collar. Instead, he pulled me by my hair. And I'm wearing a wig. And that wig was glued on so tightly. And so that's why you see me hold on and scream. And I almost fall back in the chair. And he still has my hair.
Oh my gosh.
And that's why I was so mad. So we were both angry at each other, but as professional as we are, we both didn't stop. And that was the take.
All right, up next. Okay, so you got your wig pulled in the other film, and I heard you got bitten in this film. Is that correct?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember if it made the cut or not, but it was James Frankel's idea. He, all the guys come around, Seth Rogen and the writer, his best friends, Evan.
Right.
So they come over to me and they look really serious along with the director.
Yeah.
I said, what's wrong? And then they go, James wants to ask you something. And James goes, what? And they go, well, it's your idea. And he goes, okay, I just wondered, what if I bit you in the tit? And I went, excuse me? And he goes, it'll be hilarious. And I go, you're not going to bite me in my tit. He goes, you don't want to, no, please. And I said, no. And then, I don't know if it was a director, Seth, or they were like, well, how about the ass? And I went, really, fellas? And they go, it's just going to be so funny. The would be funnier, but we'll take the ass. And I go, okay, we'll take the ass.
I mean, that is the definition of TNA. Wow.
Yes.
Wait, okay. So was he high when he asked you that question? Because I know there had to be a lot of weed that was smoked on this set.
James Franco, I don't know about now, but he was straight edge.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
He did not smoke. He did not drink. He didn't do anything. The other guys?
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, and me and Kevin Corrigan, he was in that scene too. Yeah. We had to keep doing take after take after take. And he and I, we're not high, right? Yeah. And the other guys are having a blast. But see, we have to fall in the dirt, get beat up, and this and this and that. And I remember he turned, after like the 11th take, he turned around to me, he goes, I'm too old for this shit.
We're still here surfing with Rosie Perez. Are you ready to keep surfing, Rosie?
Yes, I'm having a fantastic time.
Yay, me too.
It's an honor, and it's really good to be here with my friend.
So many New Yorkers are watching these press conferences daily, for saving grace. Why was it important for you to be a part of this public awareness campaign? Because in addition to appearing at the press conferences, you also lent your voice to automated announcements on the New York subways. Why was it important for you to invest so much of your time into trying to raise awareness about this?
Well, like I said, it was an honor. I was very nervous that day. I just kept rubbing my thighs to calm myself down. And, it was just truly a fantastical moment. I felt like I was truly doing my civic duty, as an American, as a human being of the world. Everybody was terrified. We were scared out of our wits. Yes. And those daily briefings really calmed us down.
That's true.
And so to be asked to be a part of that, I knew I had to say the right things. And what's funny is I'm moving the papers, but I said nothing that was on the papers.
Really?
Yeah, because
so you
also,
were just speaking from your heart.
I was speaking from my heart. And I also, the number one thing I remember the governor telling us, if you go off script, that's fine. Just make sure you bring in home the message that we have to protect ourselves and we have to be safe and we have to practice, all the safety precautions. And that's what I went with. And, but I was very, very nervous and stuff. And, but what a great honor. And then when they later asked me to be the voice of the MTA, so not only do you hear it on the subways, but you hear it on Metro North, you hear it on the buses, and I said, me? My voice? You want my voice?
Yes.
To have people 6 o'clock in the morning going to work, hearing my voice. They said, yes. And I was like,
yes.
All right. And I said, and my Spanish is not that great. I sound like a New Yorican. They go, that's why we're asking you.
Yeah.
You're representing New York.
Rosie, you have one of the iconic New York voices. You do realize that, don't you?
Okay. Thank you. But you know what I'm saying? 6 o'clock in the morning before you had your coffee and bagels?
No.
Every 8 minutes? That's what I was concerned with. And so when I did it, I really took it seriously. I did not want to make it jokey in any kind of way because this was serious.
This is serious, yes.
And I wanted to talk to the fellow New Yorkers as if I was standing in front of them.
Yes.
And saying, listen, you got to do this. It's important.
Up next.
Hey, wait, just so you know.
Rosie, this is such a fun thriller. What drew you to this project?
Initially I turned down this role because I hate flying. And, Kaylee Kuko, thank goodness, refused to take no for an answer. And she met with me and I told her that. I was like, I hate flying. She goes, you do know it's called the Flight Attendant. I go, yeah, that's why I said no. And she goes, oh my God, you're hilarious. You have to do this role. And and we ended up speaking for over an hour. And she told me, she said, I will take care of you. I will take care of all your anxieties, all your worries. Please do this role. I'm not supposed to say that. I'm supposed to be this tough, badass executive producer, so don't tell him I said this. But please, please, please do this role. And I'm laughing, and I wanted to say yes so badly, but my reps told me, don't give an answer either way. Let's have the meeting, let's discuss, and then we'll go forward. And, I called my manager, Talk. I said, this beautiful, charismatic young lady had me at hello. Of course I want to work on this. Yeah. Oh my gosh, and how stupid would I have been if I just turned this down, I mean, the materials, effing great. The cast they assembled is great. Kaylee carries this show. She's such a badass in it. The direction is spectacular. Everything was top notch. Everything. And it was such an inviting environment. Everyone offered me such respect and so much room to develop this character. Because initially Megan was supposed to be a little tougher, a little bit more grit. And I said, no. Megan wishes she has the life of Cassie. As odd as that sounds. She's a middle-aged woman who lives in, Westchester and doesn't see that she has everything. Yeah. And she wants to live vicariously through this young, hot mess. So I said, I wanted to just bring that. And plus, Megan has such a big freaking secret. Wait till you find out.
Rosie, thanks for surfing by. The Flight Attendant is airing now on HBO Max. See you next time on Couch Surfing. Bye.
Goodbye.